Word came clear from Lamar Jackson on Twitter that he had in fact requested a trade.
Lamar Jackson has requested a trade.
Being reported that they're $100 million apart. $100 million apart on a couple of $100 million deals.
The relationship between the two of them has deteriorated.
That was all only 2 months ago. 2 months ago, me personally, I was not looking forward to the season at all. I kind of packed my bags. I'm like, well, we're not going to have our quarterback. We're either going to have a rookie or a stopgap guy who we're just going to be average. 9-8, maybe 8-9. But things turned around very quickly. Let's take this back to January 19th, 2023. The Ravens have just parted ways with offensive coordinator Greg Roman, something that felt like it should have been done probably 2 years ago. This was the first of a couple of moves that really started to gain my faith back in the Ravens. On February 14th, 2023, the Ravens hired Todd Monken, former Georgia offensive coordinator, as their new offensive coordinator. On February 23rd, 2023, the Ravens parted ways with strength and conditioning coach Steve Saunders. On April 9th, 2023, the Baltimore Ravens signed Pro Bowl wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. And then finally, on April 28th, draft night, they extended their franchise quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Now, this process wasn't all sunshine and rainbows for Ravens fans. The team had players calling out coaches, player calling out GM, and their quarterback even requested a trade. It was a very ugly process. But to Eric DeCosta, the Ravens general manager, to his credit, he turned it around and he did it in a big way. Before we get into the video, if you guys do enjoy this type of content, please let me know and make sure to subscribe and like the video because there'll be more content like this on the way. While yes, signing Lamar Jackson was the #1 priority for the Baltimore Ravens in the 2023 offseason, a lot of it was also surrounding him with talent and putting him in an offensive scheme that would allow him to pass the ball more. The Baltimore Ravens average 178.8 passing yards per game, 28th overall, and yes, they had Tyler Huntley in the last couple of games, but even then, the team could not put up 20 points to save their lives. They even made it to the playoffs with such a stagnant offense and were one play away from possibly advancing in the playoffs. But they solved this issue. They went out there and got Todd Monken, who had just led Georgia to back-to-back championships at the college level. They go and get the offensive coordinator, whose offense put up 65 points in the college football playoff national championship against TCU. I know it is the college level, but his team put up 21 points in 1 quarter. The Ravens couldn't put up 20 points in 4 quarters. With Monken at the helm, I really do think the sky is the limit. This offense over the past 4 years was very run heavy, run first. They averaged 160 rushing yards per game last season, with 2nd in the league. And since Lamar Jackson has taken over as quarterback, they've averaged 170.8 yards per game rushing. The Ravens wide receiver core revamp was really just topped off with first-round selection Zay Flowers. He is a guy with excellent acceleration and speed, and he can be this deep threat that they really haven't had in this offense for a while. He has great explosiveness and great route running skills, and he fights for that yards after catch. You know, going to Boston College, not the biggest school, he was a high volume player and he was trusted to run the show there. Put up 1,000 yards in 12 games last year, and you add him to an offense with the Odell Beckham Jr., with Rashad Bateman, with Mark Andrews, J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, and ultimately with Lamar Jackson at quarterback. It's going to be fun to watch what they can do with him. Todd Monken does a great job of scheming his guys, and he can use a lot of pre-snap motion. I know we saw with Devin Duvernay in years prior, but with Zay Flowers, it just makes him even that more effective. For the first time in Lamar Jackson's career, it feels like he has a receiving core around him that he can trust and that he's not going to sit here and just simply feed the hot hand. Now, he has all of these weapons, all these guys to throw to, and granted, there isn't a top 5 receiver on this team. Who knows what could happen, but right now there isn't. It's a bunch of guys that I know he can perform with, and it's better than what he has in years prior. And I know a lot of people are skeptical about Odell Beckham Jr., his health, you know, how he has been hurt the past couple of times he's played, but I for one am super excited to see what he can do. He's linked back up with Todd Monken, who I think was a major factor. You know, he must have enjoyed playing under him, or he wouldn't have went to a team where he's playing under him again.
I want to throw for like 6,000 yards with the weapons we have.
But with Lamar, I am expecting him to make some plays and honestly be the guy that he's never had. Be that guy that can go up there and catch the ball, make these catches that even if Lamar might not make it the most accurate pass, Odell will bail him out. I remember I was there for the 2021 open practice at the M&T Bank Stadium, and the way I felt was that this Ravens team was a Super Bowl team back then. Then players started dropping like flies. And then last year in 2022, I'm like, okay, well, if they make the playoffs, win a game, that's a successful season for the Baltimore Ravens. This year, though, my hopes for this team are very high. I know I shouldn't be putting an expectation on them, but just seeing what this team has done in the offseason, seeing how they supported their quarterback, how they paid their quarterback finally, supporting him and paying him, it's been a long time coming. And the defense is still going to be solid, great pieces all around. Marcus Williams, Marlon Humphrey, Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen, all those guys I think are studs. This team definitely is in a no excuses year. Along with the rookie class, I think 2 or 3 guys will be able to contribute from year one. Definitely Trenton Simpson, Zay Flowers, and one of those later pick guys, I think they will be able to have an impact. Possibly Kyle Blue Kelly. This team is looking good. So I am looking forward to seeing what the Ravens can do in this upcoming season. Obviously got training camp on the way, so that's going to be exciting, looking forward to. But as always, if you enjoy this content and want more of it, please let me know. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell and subscribe if you are new. And as always, peace.